Hi, I'm Laurie Zerga with Booming Business with Ease, and I am super excited to do my second super tip. So, this is my second Monday super tip, and I am just really excited to just tell you some information that I know. So, who will you be when you're successful? That's what I want to talk about. I work with a lot of clients that say, oh, when the money's flowing, I'm going to do this, and this. Or when I get this one client, or when I pick your goal or objective. It's always something out there and you're going to behave differently. Maybe it's supporting community, maybe it's bonuses for your employees, maybe it's I've even had somebody say, I'm going to be nicer. I'm like, well, if you're not nice now, how are you going to keep your clients, your employees, everything? So it's really funny because there's always this idea that you're going to be different. And so what I want to talk about today is, well, who will you be when you're successful? So last week I talked about knowing that there's money on the table. And I think that's really encouraging because often the other issue that I run into is that, business owners feel a real lack, and that's usually around cash flow. Like there's not enough cash flowing in, or it's moving out faster than it's flowing in, or you have to put an outlay of cash before cash comes in, and you have to fill that gap. Well, there's a lot of mechanics that we can talk about, but last week I talked about just know that there is money out there and be aware of that. So even if you think you're not ready for working with big corporations and government agencies and institutions, I want you to listen to this information. That's what I'm really focusing on, and that's where I was talking about where the money is last week. So I've learned these tips. So we're going to go to the next level. So now that you know that there's money out there, my intention is to really support you in understanding how you can start to approach it. And I learned this while I was working with my own corporate budget when I was an officer of a Fortune 500 company. And I had my own big budget. And then when I had my own company, Chef K, Culinary Health Education for Kids, I negotiated contracts with, as a business owner. So from a small business owner perspective, I negotiated contracts and had business with Kaiser Permanente, with the U.S. military, Boys and Girls Clubs, and through that experience, I really learned a lot about the other side of the table. So I really have both sides of the table. And as a consultant, I've represented many small and medium-sized companies over the last several years when they were negotiating with government agencies, national organizations, and even big box companies or national retailers for companies who had products. So my intention again with Booming Business with Ease is for you, the business owner, to really understand the mechanics of what you need to do within your business to work with these kinds of organizations. It's a little different mindset because it's not a direct one-on-one negotiation. There's usually teams, and so it's a little bit different. So I want you to understand the mechanics of it. But before we get into that, I want to circle back to you as the leader And I want you to understand another piece of it. Have you ever learned an instrument like piano, guitar, clarinet, some kind of musical instrument? Or maybe you've taken dancing lessons. And the first thing you learn is the mechanics of it. 2 steps this way, 2 steps that way, cha-cha-cha. Or you might, in the case of dancing, and the second part, and if it's an instrument, you're learning the notes and you play this note, that note, and the other, but it doesn't really flow seamlessly at first, right? It feels kind of jarred and you're in your head thinking about it. The same exact thing happens when you're learning a new business skill. So I want to let you know that it's going to be the same way. Like, I can teach you the mechanics, but there's something that you have to do to really embody it. And that's what I really want to talk about today. It's about getting into that success mindset now and not waiting for some magic transaction to happen, but to really start to behave in a different way. Like, who do you need to be to negotiate a multi-million-dollar contract or a multi-$100,000 contract? Who do you need to be? Like how do you need to present yourself? Well, the first thing is that you actually need to have courage. You need to be a little bit fearless. Like, you don't have to stop and become something. It's not going to happen magically overnight. You have to sometimes just take steps forward with fear. So I want you to know that. And then I want you to envision what you would love. Like, how would you like this interaction to take place? And what would you like the relationship to be once you have a contract? So think about that. And then you have to take action. And again, a lot of times you can't. I have so many business owners that tell me, oh, I have to do this first or that first, or you're getting ready to get ready. And sometimes you're not perfectly ready, but if you don't start practicing and taking steps, you're never going to get there. It's just like you're never going to be able to play the piano. You're never going to be able to learn that dance until you practice it and practice it. And it may be imperfect at first, and that's why you want to have a coach maybe holding your hand or guiding you with that. But in any case, I think that you can do it. I know you can. If you have gifts to give and you have products and services, it's your birthright. It's your right to take action and provide that for clients who need you. So think about that. If you want more information, you can go to boomingbusinesswithease.com. I have some strategy workbooks on some action. You can start to document your actions. And I am really looking forward to seeing you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.